The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
Blow up the neon light. Jimbo and Kyle take flight. 80s dreams are its delight. In the realm of black and white, movies and TV flow through the stories we all know. Silver screen tales unfold in the magic they bestow. The tragedy of cinema, when the memories shimmer. Join us as we toast through the tales we love the most.
Someone seems sad. They don't have any friends. It makes me feel bad for them.
Who is sad and doesn't have any friends?
Sigh.
The photo guy at the 1 Hour place? We really don't know that much about him, you know? I mean, he might even have a lot of friends. And he probably has a girlfriend and a mommy and a daddy who love him.
I don't think he does.
I've been doing mini lab work for over 20 years now. I consider it an important job.
Hi, Mrs. Yorkin. Can I get that address again?
Yes, it's
326 Serrano Terrace.
What you got there, family photos?
Sure.
Yeah, you mind if I take a look?
You're a very lucky man, Mr. Yorkin. You have a wonderful family. And if you don't mind my saying so, a very beautiful house, too.
I'm sorry?
According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word snapshot was originally a hunting term. You have to look like you're having fun. Smile.
Pretend. This is all pretend. Come on! No! Smile!
Academy Award winner Robin Williams. 1 Hour Photo.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host, Jimbo.
I'm our co-host, Kyle.
Kyle, today we are going to be talking about a movie
One of my choices this time.
starring legendary actor Robin Williams in a more serious role. Not only a serious role, but I'd say a sinister role.
Yeah.
He never really played many villains, if you will. There's only a couple that I can think of, like this movie and Insomnia.
Yeah, kind of like those are the two.
I don't really know if there's another one that he really portrayed an evil person that I know of.
Mm-hmm. Some sinister or even like, yeah. But
And because he's usually the good guy. Peter Pan, Jumanji,
yeah.
Theodore Roosevelt or whatever in at the museum or whatever.
Yeah.
So this really shows the range of his acting, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a different film than anything you have ever seen him in.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Very good movie. So, Kyle, before we get started,
Question time?
I have a question for you, and it's not going to be an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could say, hey, what's your favorite Robin Williams movie?
Yeah.
And you would go something like Patch Adams or something. I don't know. But, Kyle, I don't know if you are of the age. Did you ever have to take your photos to like the 1 hour development place? Or
Yeah.
were you always just like the overnight or like 2 days later go pick them up?
I'm probably just old enough to have those memories of actually going back to the store and actually having photos developed and coming back a few hours later.
Right.
I remember going back to like we'd go get the photos developed and go grocery shopping, then come back and then pick up the photos. And usually just about in that 1 hour time frame. But it was very early in my childhood also, but like we went to digital pretty quickly after that.
Right.
So yeah. So,
Did you ever have the Polaroid where
Yeah.
you would snap it and have to?
yeah, I did the Polaroid picture and everything like that too. Yeah.
Right.
So I would
Those
say,
were a lot of fun.
You'd even go by the timeline of this film. This film came out in 2002. I would have been 9 when this film came out. But I would say, yeah, first 10 years of my life, probably mostly Polaroid photos. And then afterwards, things were mostly digital after that.
Yeah, I remember having those the disposable cameras too. Remember, and in this movie, he has that camera that has the telescopic lens that comes out. Almost like Pinocchio's nose that comes out. I had one of those too. So this really hit home for me. I was like, man, I remember this back when I was like in high school, junior high.
This film particularly, I've never feel like it is simultaneously the most like of a time film, but also kind of a timeless concept, especially today. Like I feel like it takes on even more broad ramifications for today than it did back when it came out.
And again, this is another one of those films that is so creepy because it could be real.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And those
Especially this
always
film.
add another element of fear.
Fear of the day-to-day domesticity of life.
Everything. You never know who you're going to run into. That's why I'm always nice to everybody, except Kyle. No.
Because you know me.
Right. So, with that being said, Kyle, let's kick it off.
All right, Jimbo. Yeah, like I said, Jimbo said, we're covering the film 1 Hour Photo, released on September 13th of 2002. 1 Hour Photo follows the story of a mentally unstable photo developer who targets an upper middle class family after his obsession with them becomes more sick and disturbing than any of them could have possibly imagined. This film was directed and written by Mark Romanek, producers by Pamela Koffler, Christine Vachon, and Stan Wulkowski. I'm going to say that.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. Yeah. Composed by Reynold Hale and Johnny Klimek. Cinematographer was Jeff Cronenworth. Editor was Jeffrey Ford. And casting directors was Deborah Aquala and Tricia Wood. And production designer was Tom Foden. Budget for the film was $12 million in 2002. Just for inflation, that'd be about $21.4 million today. Opening weekend, it made $321,000. Just for inflation, that'd be about $573,000. But it made more than its money back up in the gross worldwide Canada at $31.6 million. And just for inflation, that'd be about $56.3 million. And then it made even more money overseas in the gross worldwide, where it made a whopping $52.2 million. And then worldwide, and just for inflation, that would have been $93.1 million. So this movie was actually
Very successful.
Yeah, kind of a hit.
Even though by that opening weekend,
opening weekend, you would be like, oh no.
we got a bomber.
But theatrical run, though, apparently it got some huge buzz going around it and really paid off for him. It surprised me when I was going through the budget and opening weekend for this too. I didn't expect this film to be like kind of a huge breadwinner in many cases, but if anything, this is probably one of Robin Williams' whole career, like probably one of his better films overall, in terms of like just box office gross wise, not worse than critically wise, also up there as well. So really impressive on that front. Yeah. Moving on to the cast here, we of course have Robin Williams playing the star character of Cy Parrish, and this actual casting for the cast notes, his name is actually Seymour Parrish for his real name. I couldn't imagine getting Cy from Seymour, but that's I met a few Seymours in my life. I never met a Seymour who doesn't be called Cy
or Sid.
I've heard Sid, but not Seymour. Not Cy.
Not for Seymour.
Sid, yeah, Sid for Seymour. Yeah.
No,
sure. Who's Sid for then? Sylvester? No, Sly Sylvester. Like a cat. Who's Sid for?
Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious. Yeah, Sid Vicious. We're going to say that. Robin Williams, of course, I'm known for many great characters. He's basically America's uncle for a generation, many respects. But of course, films like Mrs. Doubtfire in 1993.
Maybe Sydney?
Maybe, yeah, Sydney. Sid, yeah, works for Sydney pretty well too. And I think Sydney also like occasionally be a guy's name. On occasion. I think mostly it's a girl name, but I think it occasionally be a guy's name.
It's your story. You're sticking to it.
Exactly. I'm digging a hole for myself, and I'm crawling right in there, Jimbo. Robin Williams also such films as Good Will Hunting in 1997 and Hook in 1991. So Robin Williams, just an amazing talent. I think in this film especially, like he's known for playing a lot of comedic roles, but And this film especially is kind of like a much sadder role for a character to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Not necessarily even like evil necessarily, but just an incredibly sad person. So that's really interesting, I think, in this role. And that's where you're going to get like comedic actors. Dramatic actors can sometimes struggle playing comedy roles, but comedy role actors can really excel at sad roles, I've noticed, as kind of like actors go over their careers.
What would you say another comedian actor that played a serious role?
Probably Bill Murray. He's probably done a few films like that. I can't remember the name off the top of it. Or like Lost in Translation, something like that too. Kind of a melancholy sadness kind of deal.
Well, I think Adam Sandler too.
Yeah,
when he
well.
played in Click.
Funny People as well. Like that too. So like many comedic actors, like they have a flair for doing an incredibly like not necessarily a dramatic role, but it's certainly a sad role. Especially there's like a deep sadness that comes from a lot of comedians, I feel like, and they kind of just tap into that, especially for some movie roles that really shines. So I really impressed him on that front. Yeah. So and Rob Williams is, of course, no exception. If anything, he's the reason I made that kind of like rule in my head. Like
maybe Michael Keaton. I don't know if he's really considered a comedian, but he has some funny movies too.
He does have some funny movies too, and he excels at that. And so yeah, but that's just a generality.
Jim Carrey? Would you say Jim Carrey?
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey for sure. Yeah, Jim Carrey for sure. He definitely like when he plays a sad role, he goes sad.
Yeah.
So that's just a general rule I have in my head. It may not even be accurate, but that's just what I kind of think of. And I especially think of Rob Williams, and I think of that rule. When he plays a sad role, he plays a sad role. It could be reflective of like real life emotional trauma,
right?
To be fair,
it's not 1 hour. It's 2 hour photos.
Might as well say what I'm thinking right there. But it's just like anyways, that's Robin Williams. Also in stars of the film, Connie Nielsen playing the role of Nina Yorkin. Connie Nielsen was also in such a lot of great films, actually, like Gladiator in 2000, just recently in Gladiator 2 in 2024, and was also in the film Nobody in 2021 with Bob Odenkirk, and it was also in the Wonder Woman movies, Wonder Woman 2017, and a few other films like that. Jim, look like you're about to say something. We're going to sneeze, one or the other.
No, I'm just thinking.
Just thinking? Okay. You're thinking your mouth open. That's why you're just like, I saw your brain working.
Well, it's always working.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to come up with the next insult for Kyle. No.
Exactly. Always. Never stops. Next up, we have Michael Vartan playing the role of Will Yorkin. Michael Vartan was also in a few shows, such as Alias in 2001 2006, the movie Monster In-Law in 2005, and the movie Never Been Kissed in 1999. Next up, we have Dylan Smith playing Jacob Yorkin. Dylan Smith has been in this movie and one other movie of note, specifically Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, where he played young Will in the opening scene of the film.
Really?
Yeah. So
nice.
that's the same boy right there. Yeah, makes me want to rewatch the opening scene of Pirates of the Caribbean and just be like, oh, sure enough, that's that kid.
That's that kid.
That's that kid. So 2003, now he's 22 years older. He's my age now.
That's sad.
Probably is my age. Yeah, he's my age. That's sad. Thanks, Jimbo.
Poor kid.
Poor kid. He's my age. Next up, we have Era Daniels playing Maya Burson. Erin Daniels was also in a few horror movies. So she was in the film A House of a Thousand Corpses in 2003. Shaky Shivers in 2022. What a name for a movie.
Shaky Shivers, Me Timbers.
Shaky Shivers, Me Timbers. And the Sitter in 2011, which is a horror movie in itself, but that's just because of the quality of the film.
Yep.
It's a bad movie. Get it? It's bad. Okay,
I got it, Kyle. Okay. It wasn't fun.
Yeah,
fun.
I didn't like it. I went to the theater to see that, and I thought that's.
Did
terrible.
you really?
Yeah, I did. Went to go see The Sitter, and it was not a good movie, and also it was inappropriate for my age to see the movie. Just putting it out there. Next up, we have Paul Kim Jr. playing the role of Yoshi. Paul Kim Jr. was also in the film Hulk
Mario.
in 2003.
It's Yoshi.
Yeah. With Luigi. That name's taboo now. Paul Kim was also in such movies such as The Hulk in 2003, and he was also in the National Lampoon's Dorm Days 1 and 2 in 2003 and 2006, respectively. And he's also in the film Transylmania in 2008. Next up, we got Gary Cole playing the role of Bill Owens. Gary Cole was also in such films such as The Father in Talladega Nights: The Ballad of Ricky Bobby in 2006. Office Space in 1999.
Oh, yeah.
And Pineapple Express in 2008.
You like the Office Space there, Kyle? Have you seen Office Space? That's my stapler.
So I straight up
have it.
Early years of my life, I've seen Office Space once. I didn't really care for it.
Oh my!
I thought it was okay. But for years before I watched both Office Space and The Office, I just thought those two things were connected. I assumed The Office Space was just the movie version of The Office, and I just assumed that because I was dumb. Still am. So I just assumed for years, like, oh yeah, that's the Office series or whatever it is, where people are fans of that show, The Office, I guess. And then I watched them both eventually, and then I was like, oh, okay, they're different things.
Okay, we're going to have to cover The Office Space on this podcast.
Someday, sometime, get around to me, and I'll say like, and I'll shrug my shoulders again, be like, it was a movie.
That's really good. I didn't really understand it when I was 9 years old.
Yeah, maybe I'll appreciate it as an adult more.
Yeah, especially since you're in the workforce now.
Exactly. Yeah. You understand
I'm going to need you to come in tomorrow. And the next day.
Next up here, we actually don't have much of a cast list here. It's a good cast list, good cast, but I mean, it's not a long cast list. I mean, next up we have David Moreland playing Mr. Siskin. David Moreland was also in the film Donnie Darko in 2001. Then we have Sean P. O'Hagan playing the role of young father. Then we have Jim Rash playing the amateur porn guy. Jim Rash is also in the film The Way, Way Back in 2013. Then we have Nick Searcy playing the role of repairman. Nick Searcy was also in the film The Old Way in 2023. And then we have Dave Efger playing the Save Mark clerk. Dave Efger was also in the film Race to Witch Mountain 2009. Then we have Jimmy Schubert playing the role of soccer coach. Jimmy Schubert was also in the film The Italian Job in 2003. And then we have Eric LaSalle. Hoping I pronounced that name right because he's a big actor. Eric LaSalle playing the role of Detective James Vandersea. Eric was also in the show ER from 1994 to 2009. He's also in the film Coming to America in 1988 and Drop Squad in 1994. And then we have Clark Gregg playing the role of Detective Paul Outerberg. Clark Gregg, probably best known his role as I can't remember actually the name of the role. Agent. Oh, what was the name? He was in the Avengers movies. He was the agent who contacted all the Avengers in the Avengers lineup. Clark Gregg was. He also in the show of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for like. I want to say that show ran for like 7 or 9 seasons or something like that. Mm-hmm. So, big actor in that round, in a small role in this film. So he was in the Avengers. Anyways, that concludes the cast list of 1 Hour Photo. Moving on to some awards real quick. We have a few nominations and I believe a few wins, actually. We have nominations from the 2003 Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films Awards, where we have a nomination for Best Supporting Actress to Connie Nielsen, Best Writing to Mark Romanek, Best Music to Johnny Klimek and Ronald Hall, Best Action Adventure / Thriller Film, and a win for Best Actor to Robin Williams. Then for the 2003 Art Directors Guild, we have a nomination for the Excellence in Production Design Award in Contemporary Film to Tom Felton, the production designer, and Michael Manson, the art director. Then for the 2003 Critics' Choice Awards, the movie came in second place for Critics' Choice Awards for Best Actor to Robin Williams. Then for the 2003 Dallas-Fort Worth Film Critics Association Awards, we have a nomination for Best Actor to Robin Williams. Then for the 2003 Danish Film Awards, we have a nomination for Best American Film to Mark Romanek. And then for the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, we have a win for Best Actor to Robin Williams and third place supporting actress to Connie Nielsen. Yeah. Excuse me. Then for the 2003 Festival National de Doping Voci nel Ombra Awards, we have a nomination for Best Male Voice to Carla Varley for the dubbing of Robin Williams. Then for the 2003 International Horror Guild, we have a movie nomination for Best Movie. And then for the 2003 Online Film and Television Association, we have a nomination for the Best Actor to Robin Williams. And Best Breakthrough Filmmaker to Mark Romanek. This is actually his first film overall.
Very good.
Yeah, very good. I believe he only had one other film ongoing, actually. I need to check that out and make sure I get it right. And then for the 2003 Satellite Awards, we have the nomination for Best Film Editing to Jeffrey Ford and Best Actor in a Motion Picture to Robin Williams. Then for the 2003 Young Artist Awards, we have a nomination for Best Performance in a Feature Film Supporting Young Actor to Dylan Smith. And then for the 2002 Golden Schmoes Award, we have a second place win for Best Actor of the Year to Robin Williams.
Not the Schmo.
The Golden Schmo. He's the Golden Schmo, not a Schmo. He's Golden Schmo.
Okay.
A good Schmo. It's good Schmo. Good Schmo. I'm saying it with Jack. Good Schmo. In 2002 Las Vegas Film Critics Association Society Awards, we have a nomination for Best Actor to Robin Williams. In 2002, we have the Locarno Film Festival Awards, where we have a nomination for a Golden Leopard Award for Mark Romanek. And then finally, for the 2002 Sundance Film Festival, we have a nomination for Grand Jury Prize for a Dramatic Movie to Mark Romanek. Technical details of the film: 96 minutes long. Sound mix is in Dolby stereo surround sound. This is a color film. Aspect ratio is 1.37 by 1 for the in-camera scenes and 1.50 for the photo scenes and 1.85 for the most of the movie. And I believe that covers the technical details of the film. This film was filmed in California, and that concludes most of the other details right for us. So now we can move on to some trivia and our thoughts on the movie. Jimbo, take it away from me.
All right, Kyle, once again, there's not a lot of trivia for this film. One thing I want to point out is if you did not know that this was Robin Williams at the beginning of the film, until he spoke, you would recognize him. But he changes his appearance in this film, dyes his hair blonde.
Cuts it short, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And so do you remember the first time, it might be the only other time that he had his hair blonde. Do you remember what movie?
Oh, another movie where he had his own blonde? Would it be Mrs. Doubtfire at that point?
Nope.
It would be the other film.
Popeye.
Oh, Popeye.
The Sailor Man.
Sailor Man.
So I thought that was very interesting. But as the film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, Robin Williams overheard viewers saying that they forgot it was Robin Williams in the lead role for 15 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
And it is an observation that obviously made Robin Williams proud. So he was like, I did my job. They didn't really think it was me, or they forgot it was me. So that just takes it. He was very proud of the fact that his acting skills overcomes his appearance, I do believe.
Yeah. I would say, like, for the word to say, like, he sunk into this role really, really, really well.
Right.
Like, he portrayed the character who is just this incredibly sad and lonely person incredibly well, just eerie well, to the point where you can't help but feel like is there some reflection of the real Robin Williams in this role of like the kind of sadness and loneliness you might have felt in real life to some degree, just because it is so eerie feeling and so real feeling that it's disturbing almost.
Well, in preparation for his role, Robin Williams trained for 2.5 days at a photo developing training facility in Southern California on a AGFA MSC 101-D photo developing machine. So got some real experience there developing film, it sounds like.
Cool.
And something else that's really creepy in this movie that we haven't touched on yet is he has this wall of photos of this family.
Gosh, the wall.
And there's probably like 386 photos at least on that wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it was massive.
I wonder what kind of production they had to do just to create all the photos that they did, though. Just because, like, imagine having to film that whole family and just like how we get that many photos of them having alternate vacations and other kind of life stuff going on there. It must have taken a long time to actually produce that whole wall in general.
Could have been digitally altered too.
It could have been digitally altered too, and also like we only see probably like a dozen or so photos. Actually,
they're kind of far away, so it could have just been people's cast and family members.
Generic photo of kind of generic kind of stock photos.
Well, I know that you remember where that old lady comes in. And she's like, "I'd like 2 copies, please," and he's like, "All she has is cats." He's like, "I've never seen another person. It's always these cats, and it's just cats." Well, the cats were all cast members' cats. They figured it would be easier to get the cast members, make them look natural, you know what I mean, than just some random cat. So I thought that was pretty cool. During the scene in which Cy discusses, this is the one about the cats, never-ending photos of nothing but her cats. The photos of each cat were photos that the cast and crew had brought in their own pets according to the American Humane Society. It was seen as a way to get more natural-looking cat photos instead of staging shots with trained animals. So my memory serves me correct.
Oh, nice. That's really cool. You had it in your head, and also you had it
just
written down.
Popped right there.
Just in case.
So near the beginning of the movie, as the Yorkin family is going over their set of developed photos, you remember they're sitting on the couch at their house, and they're eating Chinese food. On the table, there is a open fortune cookie. There is a fortune laying there, and I don't know if you caught what it said, Kyle.
Oh, cool. What
it said, quote, "Someone wants you to be happy."
Oh.
And it was director Mark Romanek. He searched through 30 fortune cookies before he found one that related to the film and used it in the scene.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But if you think about that even further, when it's the photo developer guy that wants his wife to be happy and their son to be happy, it just puts a whole other creep factor in there.
It's an obsession with him. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, you think about this. Robin Williams was so obsessed with his family and developing the film. He knew where they lived. He knew their house. He basically wanted to be known as Uncle Cy. He's buying toys for the kid. He's going to like his baseball practice, or was it baseball, football, soccer?
It was soccer practice,
soccer.
Yeah. But his whole alternate life in his
buys a book that he sees in the lady's handbag as she's getting developed. Starts reading a little bit, gets familiar with the author, so he can have a conversation with her at the mall over lunch. It's just the depths that he went to.
Incredibly manipulative behavior.
Exactly. Yeah. So Robin Williams was a fan of the Japanese anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Thank you. I knew you would know. and specifically asked to have a model from the series incorporated as part of the film. The model itself, contrary to Jake's explanation that it is of a good guy, is of an unintelligent creature-like antagonist from the adult-oriented film ending the series Neon Genesis Evangelion, the end of Evangelion from 1997. The box toy was supposedly from Robin Williams' own private collection.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about that, but I'm not actually sure that's actually a true fact. I've heard different kind of things because specifically like it's more like a representation of the film itself, and I believe the actual prop studios chose that toy specifically because it had a large blade, which kind of mimicked the blade that he steals later in the film, and also the red eyes, which kind of mimicked his dream sequence there, where he has bloody eyes.
That's crazy too. That's so crazy.
Oh,
There's a lot of great cinematography scenes in this. They're like the one where he goes to like the house and he's wandering around the house. He's like, "Oh, Jake, you got to clean up your room." And then he goes and poops. And he's like,
"Oh no!" For me, like the scene where he's watching football.
Yeah, and he goes sits on the couch and watches football. Yeah, the family comes up and they're like, "Oh, hi, Uncle." They're like, "What?" I was like, "What is happening here?"
That he's in his fantasy.
Yeah, he's just sitting in his car thinking about it. Really great. But Robin Williams often played practical jokes in the middle of a take during the making of a film. So, according to producer Christine Vachon, Williams burst out of a doorway completely nude during one take for a chase scene.
I'm ready.
Catch me if you can. Develop this. You got your wide angle lens on. I can just see him doing stupid stuff like that. So
you only imagine.
Yeah. Robin Williams was originally cast as the Save Mart manager, Bill Owens, who later was played by Gary Cole. But after reading the screenplay for a second time, Williams requested the role of Seymour Parrish. So it was Robin Williams' request that he plays the bad guy.
Interesting.
Robin Williams had to shave most of his arms, upper chest, and hands for this movie because of his extremely hairy body. I feel you, Robin. I'm really hairy too. Between takes, Robin Williams would improvise and do comedic takes on the scenes as if 1 hour photo was a comedy.
I want that alternate cut so bad. I think it'd be hilarious.
Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh, I would die. Oh man, that feels like the best possible. Like so completely out of tone and just completely the wrong way to do this movie. But also, oh god, I would love to see it. Oh man, I wish I could see those takes.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta see if I can find them online somewhere. If I can find them online, I want to share them on Facebook.
Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails was initially chosen by Mark Romanek to provide the musical score for this film. Romanek, however, opted not to use the score Reznor provided. Some of the composition meant to be used in this film were reworked and released of the album Still by Nine Inch Nails.
That okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't ask Trent Reznor to produce this film.
Once again, we see...
Like, just because he's good doesn't mean he's right.
Once again, we see Robin Williams and Jack Nicholson vying for a part because Jack Nicholson was originally offered the role of Seymour Parrish, but he turned it down.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we just talked about that in our anniversary episode about the Joker.
Yeah.
Remember, Robin Williams accepted it, but then Jack, I'll take it.
Sound Fancy, though, still, like, what a completely different film, too, because I couldn't imagine Jack Nicholson playing off the kind of physicality that Robin Williams plays off in this film, especially. Yeah.
When finding out what room Will is in at the hotel, Cy asks if he's in 217. 217 is famously the hotel room for Stephen King's novel The Shining. It's 237 in the film. Robin Williams was considered for the lead role in The Shining, but guess who was the lead role in The Shining? Jack Nicholson. So here we go. They've been tied together for years in Hollywood, and that just goes to a testament of how great of actors they were.
Yeah.
Robin Williams' character has the same last name in this movie as his character in Jumanji in 1995.
Has the same what?
Last name.
Last name. Oh, Parrish. Yeah.
Yep. The number 23 appears frequently throughout this movie. Catch 23 is the production company name. Robin Williams later stars in a futuristic thriller entitled The Final Cut in 2004. Kyle, have you ever seen The Final Cut?
I've never seen The Final Cut.
Well, he plays a similar role to his role in 1 Hour Photo. In the film, Robin Williams stars as a man whose job is to edit the removed memory implants of deceased individuals and make them into tribute movies at their funerals.
Oh my gosh.
But his life is soon in danger when he edits the memories of a deceased wealthy man, discovers he was sexually abusing his daughter, and gets targeted by an activist. It sounds very interesting.
That's quite a sell. Oh my gosh, another sad movie for all Williams there. That sounds incredibly sad.
We might have to cover that. That just sounds
it does sound interesting. I'll add to the list.
2004.
For sure.
Yeah. We talked about that already. This is the second drama in 2002 where Robin Williams played a villain. The first one was Insomnia, so they both came out the same year, and that's hard to believe.
Yeah, pretty incredible. definitely like the year where Robin Williams went kind of out there for his kind of roles, kind of like broke type.
Right.
Be like, hey, I can do all kinds of movies. I don't have to do just comedy movies.
So Kyle,
Overall thoughts on this film?
let me know.
Let me know.
No, you let me know, not let yourself know.
Jimbo, I want to tell you, I think this movie's fantastic. It's really awesome. It is strange, eerie, and frightening, and just absolutely a joy to watch. I think the movie actually holds up better today than it did when it came out. I think this movie only gets better with time, actually, just because of it's amazing this film came out before the rise of social media and like everyone's sharing their own photos and life experiences all the time, nonstop. And the idea of someone watching you and developing an unhealthy obsession over you is so frightening and captivating for normal domesticity and kind of lifestyles. That it's incredibly intriguing. There's a frightening thought of like how many people in the world are just like Cy Parrish. People who don't commit violent acts necessarily or do something like too awful, but clearly have those levels of obsession with someone else to the point where they have like an encyclopedic knowledge of someone who they don't even know them the other way around. It is very interesting. Like it's probably only gotten worse today than it was back in 2004 back in 2002 when this film came out. So it really is something else for the most part right there. This film is just exceptional in that way too, and also like at the same time it's of its time too, because like this is about developing film, developing photos. Something that is no longer done at all today because now everything's digital. Everything's.
Well, I mean, you can, but you just basically upload them to your
everyone else
Walgreens app and go to Walgreens and get them.
You can get them that way now,
right.
But still, that's just a regular printer doing a regular job too. Like it's not like at the same time like having things kind of like in a like having things treated in the right way to have them actually render out properly and all kind of stuff too. So it's much different now than it was back then. So it makes it really kind of interesting as a period piece as well. So this is a film that I think holds up incredibly well. It's still a very mature movie, though. I wouldn't recommend a kid watching it, especially for that one bloody kind of eye scene, especially that kind of comes out of nowhere, as a sucker punch. Really, like if you don't know it's coming, then oh boy, that is an out of left field kind of scene there. Really holds up well. But I think it was very interesting choices being made too. Specifically, I think it was interesting having the choice for him not to actually commit an act of violence. Not an act of true physical harm to like murder someone or actually try and hurt them in a way that would do permanent lasting damages to. Like the only act that he does is when he opens the door on Maya Parrish's character and like busts her forehead in right there, kind of. But outside of that, it's just like it's the threat of violence or like kind of like that or like a threatening attitude that is his real crime. And I think that was very interesting for him to kind of play that kind of role where like he's not interested in truly killing someone. He's just interested in shaming them and getting them to see the truth in his own kind of sick, morbid way. It's very interesting to have his character motivations be played out that way, and also the kind of reveal at the end of, the implication of what abuse he must have suffered in his own childhood and why he does what he does is, it doesn't excuse his behavior, but it does make a degree of sense where you understand how a person like that would come to the conclusions that he does for that family. And how his situation, as it was left untreated, could have led to those kind of obsessions that he has. So Very interesting there from a mental health perspective and also from a realism perspective, how this kind of goes down. It once again adds to that feeling of just plausibility of like there are so many people out there in the world they were just like Cy Parrish that frankly need to be treated cautiously, but also need to be treated to recover and hopefully be better people than they are now.
Right.
So incredible film in that way. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I give it a strong 8, maybe even a 9. I think this film holds up incredibly well, and I highly recommend it. It's a great film. Jimbo, where do you kind of feel on this
Kyle,
one?
I think we're both right on point. I love to see when an actor goes outside of his comfort role, something that he's known to do, and do something completely out of left field, something you did not expect. And this just goes to show how much you appreciate Robin Williams as an actor and the legacy that he lived. To go from a comedic standpoint to a more serious drama like Patch Adams, and then to a villainous role like this, I think it's something that he should be remembered for as well. Also, since this film came out, let's talk about the mental issues that have been discovered and treated for society. Because back then it wasn't really talked about. Today you hear about it all the time about mental illness. And I think by him doing this, it opened my eyes to more of his career. And I really enjoy this movie. I mean, he's outstanding in this movie. When he's doing those flashback scenes of where he's with the family, or he's thinking he's with the family, and then at the end, at the beginning of the movie, they pull him into a room and they're like, well, you know what's on these pictures, right? He's like, well, yeah. They're like, why'd you do it? And he sits there for a good 30 seconds probably, and you just see it in his eyes. Like, I mean, that right there made the movie for me. I mean, just to see his expression right then and there, I was like, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then to come to find out, he knows that this family, the guy is cheating on his wife, doesn't really take care of his kid. He tells him, he's like, look, you got a good family. You have everything that most men would want.
Mm.
And then when he finds out that he is cheating because the other lady had the development of her photo, and he's going through there and he sees the lady's husband,
decides
to take action. Yeah. And once he do, he goes to the hotel. He acts like he's the person ordering the food.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he goes up there, busts in the door, and he makes them act like they're performing, let's just say, sexual favors. Mm. But he doesn't. He's like, no, you can't touch it. You're not really doing this. This is just pretend. And he's got the camera, and they think he's taking pictures of them. I'm thinking he's taking pictures of them to turn into his wife. But come to find out at the end, he's like, he's back at the police station, and he's like, can I see my pictures? And they give him the pictures. He opens up the picture. He's looking at them, and he starts laying them out on the table. And what it is a picture of the shower head, a picture of the corner of the couch, a picture of the end of the bed. He doesn't take any pictures of any of the two people that were in there. But by him doing that, he ruined the guy's life.
Yeah.
Because now they've called the wife. They say, hey, where's he at? This is going to be a problem. Mm. And, and the lady knows. He's like, look, I know he's sleeping with her. Just, I need to get hold of him now.
Yeah.
And I think Robin Williams was actually trying to be the good guy in this movie by pointing out an error, but I think he went about it the whole wrong way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The whole wrong way. Absolutely. Like this is not the way to do anything like this at all. This is none of your business for the most part. Yeah, this was definitely, Cy Parrish's way of like forcing the truth to become undeniable so that they could form the actual family unit that he wanted in his own fantasy.
Right.
He wants the perfect family for them to be. He wants them to.
He just wanted to be part of the family.
And the moment that he realizes that the father in particular is failing to meet his role in that scenario, it completely breaks him. It shatters him to pieces.
And the cinematography where he's sitting on break and he's looking at that picture of them at the Christmas tree and the lights start moving, and then the picture fades over and it's him holding like up a sweater.
Yeah.
Remember? Loved it. Mm. It's great. This is a great movie. I'm going to give it a 9 out of a 10 just because it's something different. It's something fresh. It was something new, something that hadn't been done.
Yeah. And also just, oh my gosh, like the ending itself too, like where like it's clear that everything in his life is kind of going, like he's going to go to jail for this and all kind of stuff too. And then you slowly see him kind of like retreating into the fantasy where it's close up on a picture of them all together.
Right.
And kind of
as a family
all together. And it's clear that he's just retreating into this fantasy again because he can't possibly acknowledge the reality of what's actually happened.
Right.
And it's
fantastic film.
Just floors me.
If you haven't seen this, it's so good.
It's amazing though, but it's so good.
I mean, he's following her. He sneaks in a picture of the kid. The kid just came back from this trip because he gave him a disposable camera, and he sneaks in one of the pictures of the guy with cheating on his wife to his son's film packet. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. If you'd like to follow us, we are my rating. I said a 9 out of a 10. So if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. So if you want to follow us, we are the Tragedy of Cinema podcast on Facebook. You can reach out to us at thetragedyofcinema@gmail.com. And we have a lot of fun doing this. So,
yeah, we do.
Yeah, especially breakfast beforehand, right?
Actually, yeah.
But with that being said, I think this episode's coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
And cut.
The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. Those we love the most. tragedy of cinema, when memories shimmer.